The following program is video supplemental instruction. VSI is brought to you by the Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.
Number 2 says, silver has two naturally occurring isotopes with masses of this and this, and it asks, what are the percent abundances of each isotope, respectively? There is a percent abundance equation that you must know for your exam, and it looks just like this. You're going to plug in the mass of the first isotope, mass of isotope 1, times the fraction of its existence in the universe, right? So this is how much there is of isotope 1 in the whole universe. So this is the abundance fraction. And then here's mass of isotope 2. Times the abundance fraction of isotope 2, how much there is in the universe of isotope 2. And if you had other isotopes, which you can, not of silver apparently, but of another element, you just keep adding the mass of that isotope times the fraction of abundance of that isotope, plus the mass of the fourth isotope times the fraction of abundance of the fourth isotope. And all this is equal to the number that you find on the periodic table, because that number is an average of these isotopes in this way. It's not an exact average. Okay, so I abbreviated, as you see here, I've abbreviated that number on the periodic table with C, because I don't want to go and write down 107 point blah 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 every time. And I'm going to similarly write down A for the first isotope mass and B for the second isotope mass. Okay, so it's going to look something like this: AX plus BY equals C. Now I haven't talked about X and Y yet. X is the abundance fraction of the first isotope, and Y is the abundance fraction of the second isotope. But what's special about them is that these two isotopes account for all the silver in the entire universe. So when X and Y add up to each other, they should add up to 1. In percentages, you could think of it as X plus Y should equal 100%. But these are given in fractions, so they have to add up to give you 1. Everything. Okay, so let's write that down. X plus Y equals 1. Very, very helpful equation. This is essential. Actually, we couldn't solve the problem without this. So now we have these two equations. We know what all the variables correspond to. We know what X and Y mean. Okay. Should seem simple, right? And it is, in fact. This is a very special skill to have, to leave your equations in variable form and not plug numbers in directly. The reason is that whenever we start to manipulate these equations, we're going to use algebra to find our final answer. And somewhere along the way we may make an error. If we're plugging in numbers the whole way, it's going to be very difficult to find out where we made the error. But if we use just variables the entire time, we can see where our algebra failed. Okay, so I'm going to solve this equation for y and eliminate y in this equation. See that? I just plugged 1 minus x in for this y there. And now I'm going to solve for x, because that is the fraction of abundance of the first isotope. Alright, solving for x. You double check me on this. Okay. Good? Think so? So now all I have to do is plug in my numbers, A, B, and C. And they're all given to me right in this knowns column. It's very, very helpful to write a little knowns column off to the side. Alright, so plugging in your numbers, X will give you 0.581. 0.518. And this is the fraction of abundance of the first isotope. That's not what the problem wanted. The problem wanted the percent abundance. So we have to multiply by 100%, and then we get 51.8%, which is pretty close to an answer on the test. The reason our answers may differ is because I use a quite exact value from the periodic table. That's okay. And y, therefore, using this equation and using this value for x right there, we get 1 minus 0.518, and that comes up to 0.482 to a percent, 48.2%, and these are our answers for the two isotopes. Again, let me emphasize the importance of keeping your equations in variable form. When you come to the chapter on heats and Q equals MC delta T, you should use this format. Only use variables and leave the number plugging in to the very end. It'll save you tons of headache.
The Teaching Center, UF's Learning Support Center, www.teachingcenter.ufl.edu.